Nourishing Kitchen. This is video number 2. And today I'm going to be focusing on breakfast. So I posted on Facebook about that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And what you eat is probably more important than when you eat it. So a lot of us think you have to roll out of bed and eat at whatever time that is to be meeting the quotient of having a good breakfast. But the reality is a lot of people eat cereal and donuts and bagels and all kinds of things that you're just onslaught of processed carbs for your body that really don't serve you over the course of the day. So we're going to look at 2 things today. So we're going to look at a healthy breakfast, and the second thing though is that I want to say, like, I love cooking and I love recipes, but I love even more the fact that I don't have to use a recipe. Like, I can just open my fridge, see what I have, and go, I'm gonna throw this together and see how it tastes. And sometimes it tastes amazing, and sometimes it's okay, but I still get good nutrition out of it. So I'm gonna show you, I'm really hungry too, by the way. So for me, I do intermittent fasting or time restricted eating. So it's actually 12:27 right now, and so I just want to say this is a sacrifice because I'm really hungry and I just want to eat, but I'm going to video it so you can see my process. So I opened my fridge today, and I was very lucky that my husband cooked a bunch of paleo bacon, sugar-free, nitrate-free bacon this weekend, and so I now have some leftover pieces. I'm going to cut up and use that this morning because bacon makes everything taste better. Quality bacon is very important. I also have some of the most amazing bitchin sauce, which is almonds and chipotle. If you look at this, I got this one at Costco. It's all good ingredients: nutritional yeast, Bragg's liquid aminos. It does have soy in it, but I'm willing to look the other way for that because it's amazing. Chipotles, garlic, spices, and sea salt. So it's a pretty clean thing. I'm just going to use a little bit to top off what I'm making. I'm going to throw on microgreens, which actually I grow myself. Super easy. Grow them. Look, here's my little tray. I grow them in this little tray. Super easy, and I harvest them about every 10 days. I get a new batch. Put them on everything because they're like 10 times the nutrition of a vegetable that would be equivalent. I just bought some organic mushrooms that are pre-sliced. I'm going to use those. I have some cilantro that I've already chopped, but you might notice here I keep fresh herbs. This is kind of one of my new things. I keep fresh herbs in water, so they actually make my kitchen smell nice, but they also remind me that whenever you can use fresh herbs, you're boosting your nutrition significantly. I also have avocado, family favorite. Gotta have the avocado. Great oils for you there. I have some fresh salsa from a local Mexican market that I'm excited to use. We had last weekend. A bell pepper, a couple eggs, and then riced cauliflower. I love keeping this on hand too. I can make an easy stir fry. I can add it to whatever I'm doing, my breakfast vegetable based thing, and it just ups the nutrition. And if you put enough seasoning in it, you could trick yourself into thinking it's rice. Oh, I love doing like lime cauliflower rice with this. By the way, no recipes for any of this stuff. And that's not like bragging on my skills. It's just saying, like, I don't have the time or the patience to use a recipe for everything where I have to keep looking and reading. It's 12:30, dude, I gotta eat. Okay, and then the star of the show, not really, but one of the stars of the show is I picked some, this is actually from my garden too, is some kale. And then here's my big inspiration for this morning. My amazing future daughter-in-law, who is being completely inspired to cook healthier, sent me a picture this morning that she made of these little like breakfast burritos. But I could tell that the wrap looked different, and she made it out of egg and spinach and kale, and she mixed it, and she just put that all in a blender, and she made like a tortilla out of it, basically, that you could wrap your breakfast in. So I've never done this, but I mean, what could go wrong? If you remember video number 1, I burnt the cookies, but I don't have to set a timer on this one, so I think I'll be okay. So I have this is a little magic bullet, you guys remember these, but I have 2 eggs in here and I have just a handful of kale. And then you know what I'm gonna do? I started thinking about it. I'm gonna throw, I don't have spinach, but I'm gonna throw just a little handful of cilantro, which has so many amazing benefits. And then I'm gonna show, this is like one of my very favorite things from Trader Joe's, if you guys have a Trader Joe's, everyday seasoning. Super, super, super versatile. I put it on vegetables, I put it on meat, I put it apparently in my new little egg tortillas. So I'm just gonna, it has a little bit of a bite to it, not a ton, but a little bit. So I'm gonna throw that in here. By the way, in case anybody's like judging me for the hairstyle, yeah, just realized that really looks nice, doesn't it? Anyway, okay, so now I'm gonna blend this up and then we'll throw the inside ingredients together. So I've got everything prepped. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put the onions in first and saute them for a minute, just let them get brown. It tends to work a little better. You know what I didn't do? I'm gonna grab some garlic too because brown. I'm cooking in a cast iron pan, so I'm not leaching crazy chemicals into my body. I'm cooking with coconut oil, and actually that's a good reminder. I don't wanna get my fire too hot because if you're gonna cook at really high temperatures, avocado oil is actually, or ghee, are both really good high temperature oils. Coconut can take heat, but not too much. And olive oil, although most people I think cook with that pretty regularly, it doesn't do well. It actually oxidizes at high temperatures. So be really careful about cooking at high heat with olive oil. Super, super good for you, olive oil, but better like to drizzle on a salad or again, cooking at low temperatures. So I'm gonna throw a little garlic in with that. I love my little Pampered Chef garlic press from 100 years ago. I don't even have to peel the garlic, which is a beautiful thing. But you know, like keeping it simple, if it works for you and you don't want the time to have to do garlic, you know, just buy it already done. I mean, ideal is you would grow your own. But you know, there's something between ideal and then what we all have time and patience for. So that's, I'm gonna get that going. So I'm gonna let this go for a little bit and then I'm gonna throw in the rest of the vegetables. And then I'm gonna get out a pan and I'm gonna cook up those, the little egg burrito things to see if that works. And if it doesn't work, it might be my new signature is I just cook things that fail. But if it doesn't work, then I'll just throw it all in a bowl and it'll still be great nutrition and yeah, and I had a little bit of fun trying something new. So it's all about experimenting. So it actually looks like the little egg tortilla thing or crepe or whatever. Look at that. It's actually turning out okay. And then I'm gonna put, this is another favorite seasoning. It's another Trader Joe's specialty, but it's a Mushroom and Company multi-purpose umami seasoning blend. It's actually got a pretty good kick to it. If you haven't figured it out, I like things that have a little kick to them. So we're gonna doctor that up. I also am a very big fan of olive oils, if you haven't noticed here. I'm gonna give it a little bit of olive oil, and then I just had another idea. I keep bone broth in the fridge, so that's a great way to just up the game when you want a little moisture. I'm gonna kind of steam that a little bit to get it cooking a bit faster. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, and then I can cook the next one. So hopefully I have enough for another one. So the way I did it, I just threw that in the pan and I'm just gonna roll it around. By the way, this is a regular non-stick coating pan, which I don't love using. If anyone knows of a great non-stick alternative for an egg pan, I would be super excited about that. I bought a stainless one and it's impossible. Everything just sticks like crazy to it. So anyway, comment if you have any suggestions for me. So anyway, and then I'm gonna kind of push this down so that it's easy to slide around. I should have probably put a little bit more grease in it. We'll see if that's a fail or not. Anyway, again, just fun experiment anyway. And that looks like that's coming together nicely. So you'll know, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's a pretty good sized pan of vegetables. Actually, how about that? I'm not beautiful. So this will be way more than I need for what I'm going to eat this morning, but now I have this, I only have to prep it again. So I'm a very big fan of having things in the fridge that you can just grab and go. So anyway, yeah, that is really good. So I'm going to do that. Did stick. It's okay, I have tools and, oh, got a little rough with it there. Does that just look so funky? Look, it's a new St. Patrick's Day recipe. Anyway, okay, so I just want to make sure I show you all my fails. So I got a little rough and I probably should have put more oil in it, but I didn't. It'll be fine. It'll taste the same. So that just needs to have a second. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we'll assemble this together too, which will be fun. So. And especially fun because I really, like I said, it's time to eat, man. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be eating that for 3 days. Anyway, there we go. So that's what it looks like. We're gonna wrap it up. Oh, and then maybe a toothpick or something to hold it. Okay, I better turn off the fire. It's off. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. So that is super nutritious all by itself, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna up the game even more. I'm gonna give it a little bit of salsa. Delicious. I'm gonna put my little special treat, that. So I kind of have a little bit of a maybe Mexican theme going here, right? And then of course we love our avocado, so just a little bit of avocado. I slice it right that against the skin, and then I can just pop it out really easily and make a nice little beautiful there. And then I'm kind of in the habit now of just topping everything with these microgreens because they're, like I said, they have such killer nutrition. So anyway, a little sloppy, but it's gonna be super delicious. Can you guys see that okay? Ooh la la. All ready to eat. So 25, so it was under 30 minutes, but I will tell you that a lot of that was because I was stopping and starting video and trying to do all that. If I were making this start to finish, I bet it would be 15 or 20 minutes. So anyway, I'm gonna enjoy this now. So I hope I've encouraged you and inspired you to maybe just try to get creative, see what you have in your fridge, and give it a go for a nice healthy breakfast. Thanks.